good day, guys. So, first of all, I am introduce myself. I am Umair Ali, the student of ULT University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore. So, today I am going to show you my project that is console-based game that is supervised by Mr. Lake Khan. So, first of all, I will run my exe file of the game. First of all, we will enter our name just like that, Umair, and this, and now we will select the options, and we will play my game just like that. You are seeing that we have the 6 lives and 50 scores and 1 level. Your score is increasing by when the enemy's cards strike to the lower bottom and we survive in the game. Over then passing the time, our score increase, and the A character shows our player that it can move up, down, left, right, and it can also do the jump just like that, to save our life. If our enemy collide with our player, it our life decreases by 1, and our life is decreased by 1 again and again. When our lives go to 0, our game is over and we show our score and we come to our menu again. So now we will do something different. Now we will do another operation in this, just like we are going to score list. In the score list you can see the all players that have played the game before you, and now you can also continue from there. Just like press any key. If you want to show the high score created by any person, you should need to enter 3, and you can see the score of highest score created by a person. Okay, when we enter the 3, you can see that Umair player name score is 800 and at level 5. This is the highest score created by a person. Now we can also continue from there. So we have tested the 3 options. Now we will go to the 4th options to exit our game. Now our game is exit. So let's guys, we are going to understand the game logic by the game code. In the first section I add some libraries, just like these are the C++ libraries that have specific functions in the games. Okay, after in the second section I built some of my user-defined functions that help me to create the game, just like that. Add maze, print maze, restored player. I use the restored player when any enemy collide with my player. So we use restored player to restore the place, to restore the position of the player, and many more functions, just like move enemy 1, move enemy 2, move enemy 3. There are 5 enemies in our game that are moving in the 5 rows of the street. Basically our game is about the surviving game. We should need to survive at the roads to defend our car from the other cars. So this is the basic logic of our game. So after that we are moving towards our game. This is the third section of my game, that are the global variables. Global variables are the variables that you can use anywhere in your program. So let's move forward. You can see in this line in this line I declare an array in which I declare a menu of the game. We will print it through by using the loop. Okay, and this is the whole interface, whole structure of my game, and in which you are seeing that these lines show the road, and this is the whole maze of the game. Here we will print this. There is no enemies and no player in this game right now. We will print it through grow to xy and using the coordinates of the 2D array, just like that. It is the x coordinate of the player and it is the y coordinate of the player, and it is the x coordinate of play enemy 1, it is the y coordinate of enemy 1. So let's move forward. It is our main functions. Our main function do functionality according to the user options, just like that. User preference is 1, then this code of blocks will execute. The game will run in the if the option is equal to 1, just like that. Print go to xy 0 0, it will print the cursor at the start, and this if the option of the user equal to 2, then this block of statement will execute. If the option of the user equal to is 3, then this block will execute. If the option is 4, then this block will execute. Now we will discuss the logic of our built-in functions and user-defined functions, what they are doing. So these are the simple functions. This is just a header function that we are doing see out in it, or this is a function in which we are getting input from the user and stored it in a name variable and also returning the name, also returning a string. Or in this function we are taking argument from our functions and storing in an array that will be helpful to us to store the record of the user. Okay, let's move forward. In this function we are printing the in this function we are printing our game menu, and in these functions we are initializing, basically we are initializing our maze or restore the player. I think so that or restore the player. When we initialize the maze, we also restore the player at first. And in this function we are also print a maze and restore a function. We will restore a function in the collide function. When we collide with any enemy, then our player will restore at its original position. This control cursor function is used to control the flickering on the screen, and go to xy function is used to control the xy code position of the character at the console. And let's move forward. Next level function, we do some conditions just like that. If our upgrade level score are greater than or equal to 200, then the level will be increased. If the level will be increased, the sleep time will be decreased, and the flow of the game will also become good, and enemies becomes move fast. In this function we are printing the enemy 1, we are moving the enemy 2, and in this function we are moving the enemy 3, 4 and 5. In our game basically there are 5 enemies, so we will print the move the 5 enemies in the maze at the specific coordinates, just like that. You are seeing in the globally we have declared the positions of this. We have 5 enemy 5 x coordinate and enemy 5 coordinate we have declared globally. So we will there are changes in this to move the enemy vertically down. Okay, as you know that our array is a character array, we cannot print any int type data into the array, a character array. So we will first convert the string into the characters. First we will convert the integer type data into the string type data, then we will print into the array. In this function we are doing this. In this function we convert the integer type data into the string, then we will print. Okay, in this function, this is the function to move the player left, and this is the logic that shows that our player will move right, and this is the logic to move the player up and down and jump. And now we will select some virtual keys that help us to move this, to operate these functions. Just like that, we select virtual key right to move right and virtual key left to move left, and we use space key for the jump. After that we will check in the next function we will check the collision. If our x coordinate of the player equal to the any y coordinate x coordinate of enemy, or if our y coordinate of the player equal to the any y coordinate of enemy, so it will be collision. So in the consequences of the collisions, it restore the player, and health will be decreased by -1. In the if condition, just like that, our health equal to 0 or lesser than 0, the game will not running, and it will show you the game over message at the console in the center of the maze. Otherwise, the health not equal to or lesser than 0, it will just restore the player with the sleep time 300. In this function we are just player record, we are just storing the record in the append mode of the file. Just like that, we used to do the appending manipulations. Just like that, in the future we will have need to find the highest score, so we will do operations on the file and get the highest score. In this function we are reading a file, in this function we are getting high score from the file, and at the last we use the exit function to exit the game. Thanks for watching and subscribe our channels for more coding projects.